And welcome back, intrepid travelers, to Tahira, Echoes of an Astral Empire. Yes, we're back on the road to Tira. And we bring back on the Cavern of Dead Bodies.
Why have you stopped, soldier?
I'm sorry, sir. I saw the dead. I had to stop. It's my brother. We're so far from... I had to say goodbye.
Do not apologize to me, soldier. Yours is a worthy reason.
Why are we still chasing these people, sir? We've broken them.
Have we? Where are you from, soldier?
Luana, sir.
Ah, Luana, it is a beautiful city, a true testament to the glories of our past.
You've been there, sir.
Many years ago, I remember walking amongst its endless spires as they glistened in the sunlight.
I used to do the same thing with my family, sir.
A memory worth remembering. But when you walked with them, soldier, did you notice how the streets echoed?
How they echoed, sir? I'm not sure I understand. The city built for millions, inhabited by thousands. Those streets echo with the betrayal of our people, soldier. Once we shaped worlds to our liking, we traversed the stars with impunity. But we were betrayed by those of lesser minds. The savages on this continent did this to us. They rejected progress and condemned us to live on this husk of a planet. But this time we will not make the mistakes of the past. All who are not with us will be destroyed. And we will descend back to the stars. That is our destiny, our right.
Do you understand, soldier?
That's why they're called the Astral Empire. They're from space. Makes sense. Yes, sir.
Good. I will arrange a burial for your brother and our other fallen comrades. Go now. Tell the captains ahead of us to prepare for an attack. It is time we brought what is left of this resistance to their knees.
I will, sir. Thank you, sir.
Do not thank me. You are the vanguard of a better future for us all. Rejoice in that, soldier. Things will not remain like this.
Let the ballers hit the floor.
Dust. This planet is choked with it. I will not let us die here.
That guy's definitely going to be a boss. Boss? There's no one here.
Ever this place did remind me of the past. Memories and spirits linger here longer than they should.
Ah, yes, they've patented Bharati comfort. How I've missed it.
You know just how to spook someone, friend.
They are so flirting with each other. Hilarious.
And you do not have enough faith, Tira. She's here.
Let me show you. Has anyone seen a rather aggressive and robust woman? Some might call her unnaturally robust. Others say she has much of the Sasquatch about her. If the scrawny little man doesn't want to create the world's most pathetic imprint in the earth below, I suggest he check his tongue. My dear, did I not say others? I see you as a magnificent pearl, whose rare beauty is only witnessed by those brave enough to plunder your depths. Such big words from such tiny man. I'm surprised you got here so soon. Your little legs must make travel difficult. My little legs, but you are forgetting my most important leg. Enough! Now is not the time, little man. There are people here I must greet. Bharati, the Lion of Avestan, well met, old friend. We gave you and Tariq our word 20 years ago that we would visit your kingdom.
The Hammer, well met indeed. It has been too long.
It is a shame that it has taken circumstances such as these for us to fulfill our pledge. Is this Tariq's daughter I see with you? My name is Tahira. Salam, Tahira. I've looked forward to meeting you. Anyone who is willing to stand up to Tariq has the sort of guts I admire. Where is he, anyway? I much desired to continue an argument with him.
Tariq has fallen, Hammer. He was attacked in the light by the invaders. He took them all with him, but...
Took them all with him? A hard old bastard till the day he died. These days are full of woe, my friends. Both of you have my sympathy. Tariq was a good man. There are few enough of those amongst the rulers left of this world.
He would have enjoyed seeing you both again. That's the situation in town. Has everyone evacuated?
All the buildings were abandoned when we arrived, but there has been a steady stream of refugees passing through all evening. The last were here no more than a half hour ago.
Despite our best efforts, the enemy is not far behind us. There aren't many defensive positions between here and Barad. We'll have to hold Tira for as long as we can.
We anticipated as much. My women have been barricading the town entrance and preparing some defenses from their archers. Lend me some of your men, and we should be able to make short work of what remains.
Of course, consider them yours to command.
Good, then I'll get back to it. I'm afraid I must borrow the claw. He is a master of short work, though his foul plumage does add a few desperately needed inches.
This game has actually pretty good dialogue. I like it.
Does this mean you have use for my long sword?
You'll have to come with me if you want to find out.
Tahira, Barati, it has been a pleasure. I will see you both a little later. I have some things to tend to.
Are they? Almost certainly. I see they are quite something. They both have their failings, but they are good people.
Of that I have no doubt, Barati. Shall we see what awaits us in town?
A fine idea.
They are making short work of the barricades.
Indeed, we will be able to mount a strong defense here, though I fear it will be a bloody battle.
Every time we fight them is bloody, Barati. At least now we have some allies.
True, they are good friends, the only ones who came to our aid, despite our treaties with Babylon and Asmara.
I've been waiting to talk to you about that. With Asmara's betrayal, we can no longer hope to make the journey to Babylon, even if we can escape the enemy.
You're right, I have been worrying about it since the Claw delivered the news. There are other mountain roads which lead from the pass, but they all go north. I have not been that way in many years. If the drought and devastation that have struck our kingdom have occurred there as well, then I worry for our ability to feed everyone who has escaped.
There is nothing we can do about it now. Let's just focus on getting to Barad. That will be no mean feat, given the way the night is unfolding.
You're right, Tahira. You especially should get some sleep. How many consecutive days have you been in the saddle?
This will be the 6th. You're right, it has been a long day already.
If you have the energy before bed, it would do the soldiers good to see you amongst them. I'm sure the Claw and the Hammer would like to talk to you as well.
Must I, Barati? You keep telling me that my presence will lift people's spirits, but I don't think I see what you see. I barely understand how this staff works. I'll never be able to walk in the light like my father did.
Listen to the men speak, Tira. I think you will be surprised. As for the staff, you're being too hard on yourself. It took your father many years to master its uses. You've had it for less than a day.
Actually, they've been in the saddle 6 days now, so probably about 7 days. Very well. At least there are some stars to sleep under tonight.
You are sure you want to sleep outside? There are plenty of beds in the monastery.
I never liked that place. I always felt as though I'm being watched when I walk around it.
I understand. I spoke truly before. There is something about this place. Ancient memories linger within the stones of these mountains. Their spirits are restless.
I did not take you for a superstitious man, Barati.
There are many things in this world that I do not understand, Tahira. I trust my instincts. The rest I leave to other people.
That sounds like a wise approach. Good night, Barati.
Good night. I will wake you when the enemy arrives.
So I guess we have to look around at everything. Sleep. Iva? Sup, little hussy? Have you had enough to eat, Iva?
Awesome.
Then she charged ahead into battle. You should have seen her. My friends, the light beaming from her staff. She felled scores of them by herself. I charged in behind her, her words still ringing in my ears. Do not let fear cage that which you know to be true in your heart. It worked. I beat back my fear and I came out alive. She is wise beyond her years. The leader we need in these dark times. Ha! His tune has changed. You should have heard him before he's arrived. She has got a lot to prove to me. It looks like she has done that, Eunice.
You must stop telling people that, Masad. I will not have anyone speak badly of the princess, and I do not like people knowing that I did so. Perhaps you shouldn't have said it then, but come, I'm only joking, my friend. She has led us well. Of that, there is no doubt. With our new and old friends by our side, I have begun to hope for the future of our people again. Well said, Masad, well said.
So, peoples... Hey, Claw.
The Claw! Look who it is, my favorite princess. You're in a good mood, Claw. Well, why not? We are alive and free.
Yes, I'm sure that's it.
Oran or Babylonians? Oran.
I must confess, Claw, I don't know much about your homeland.
I can't say I'm surprised that Tariq and Barati did not speak about it with you. Even I find it hard to recall the good times without also remembering the war.
Barati has told me a little about the sack of Iran.
Ha! Why doesn't that surprise me? He's always been one to only tell the depressing part of the story. I wish you could have seen Iran in its glory, Tira. It was a happy place. A place where you were free to live the way you wanted. We were not bound by the ancient laws of Babylonians or the shadowed memories of the Astral Empire. People have forgotten now, but Iran was a republic. All citizens were considered equal. We had no monarchy, nor any discrimination based on race or gender.
It sounds amazing. I have always thought Avestan would be a better kingdom if all of its citizens had a say in its future.
That is why you will make a better ruler than most, Tahira. In my youthful naivety, I considered Iran a beacon of hope that all people would flock to in time. Any dreams I had of that world died a long time ago.
The way you speak about Babylon, it's clear you think poorly of them.
I do with good reason.
What did they do to you?
The same thing that I have now done to you. They promised us help and did not deliver on that promise. To understand their betrayal, there are a few things you need to know, Tahira. For as long as any living Iranian can remember, we had been in conflict with the warlords who ruled the kingdoms along our southern border. In the capital, we'd hear stories of raids with farm animals stolen, or very occasionally rumors of a village being attacked. Mostly, though, the threat of the Iranian army marching south kept them in check. But that began to change. The stories of raiding parties became more frequent, and they were no longer limited to towns near the border. I was only 16 when this was happening, a junior officer who had some skill with the blade, but no concept of what a war was really like. A report came in that shocked that army into action. One of the border towns had been sacked. The raiders had hacked apart every villager they could find and left them as a pile of limbs at the town entrance. In hindsight, it was a warning of what was to come. The raids continued to become more frequent, each one more brutal than the last. Finally, my regiment was sent south to get the situation under control. The things I saw down there, Tahira. It was butchery the likes of which I'm not sure even the enemy we're fighting now could match. We soon learnt they were not killing to gain territory, food, or valuables. They were killing because they wanted to. They felt it was their purpose.
Sounds horrific.
It was. I remember the first man was captured. His arms and legs were dripping with blood from cuts he had given to himself. We needed to learn more about these people, so we tied him up and listened to him speak for hours. He spoke of this world being doomed to die, of the fall of the Astral Empire and the end of all things. Most disturbing of all, he spoke of their leader, a man he referred to only as Asmavif. He told us Asmavif had given his name to the world to free us from our bodies so we could become one with the light. He created a death cult, Tahira.
The ideas of one man did that? That's terrifying.
Most people in this world are followers, Tira. You must make them follow you. Otherwise, they will find someone else who may not care for others the way you do. I learnt that the hard way. I'm sorry, I know I have not answered your questions, but I do not wish to think of these people anymore.
Of course, Claw, I understand.
If you want to hear the rest of the tale, ask the Hammer. She is stronger than I, and I will not balk at the telling.
See you later, Claw.
Of course, Tira. Until next we talk. Are you lot nearly done with that?
I've nearly got it. We'll be done soon, Claw.
Good. Get yourself something to eat while you're here. I hear it's vulture stew.
Did I see a vulture beak in that stew? Yes, is that a problem? No, I'm quite fond of vulture, actually. It beats rats or eating our horses. Ah, you're not wrong about that. My name is Tira. Tira? Pleased to be fighting by your side. My name is Abdullah. It's a pleasure to fight by your side too. How long have you been with the hammer and claw? 5 years. Most Iranians who come of age join it at least for a year or two. You must like it to stay so long. It's an exciting life. Who would not want to fight alongside the claw and the hammer? They are legends. It was they who single-handedly held the gates to the commoners' quarter when the rest of Iran had fallen to the hordes of Azmavif. They saved so many people, Abdullah, but now we are a nation with no home, so we fight with our heroes and trust them to lead us. Well, what do you think of that? I think that's amazing. Ooh, young love. The hammer. How does it look from up there? It looks good. We just need to fill in the gap and we should be done. Tira, I was hoping we should have a chance to speak. I'm starting to forget which accent everybody has. I have to thank you for coming to help us, Hammer. There is no need for that. I have not forgotten what your people did for us. I was speaking to the Chlorally. He was telling me about the war. It sounded horrible. He could not bear to tell me the whole story. Where did he get up to? He was telling me about the man his regiment captured, the one who told him about Azmavif. Then he did not tell you the worst part of the story, else you would have mentioned it. The Claw's commander did not have the man killed, as he wanted to bring him back to the capital. He escaped in the night, helped by one of our soldiers. He was helped? That's a good question. He was the first Iranian I know of who was seduced by Azmavif, but he was not the last. While this was going on, I was in an expedition far to the east. I turned to the capital just in time to hear the news that Hilm, the largest town south of the capital, had fallen. There were so many refugees in the capital that it was all the army could do to maintain order in the city, so we sent out requests for aid from our neighboring kingdoms. Queen Delphine of Babylon replied swiftly, telling us she would bring her army and put an end to Azmavif and his followers. So we waited inside the capital as it was encircled. It was the perfect trap. They would lay siege to the city and the Babylonians would be able to destroy them in one blow. Except the Babylonians never came. How could they not? I believe they saw an opportunity to eliminate a rival and they took it. Things grew dire after that. Every night those madmen would catapult scores of themselves over the city walls. That's when the attacks began. Our own people starting turning on us. I don't know if they really believed Azmavif's lies or if it had just become too much for them. Not that it matters. One by one we lost control of the city's districts until everyone who had not lost their minds at quaking behind the walls of the commoners' quarter. It was horrible to hear. I still have nights when I wake up in a cold sweat remembering those days. I cannot imagine, Hammer. We thought we were done, but then your father came. I remember seeing the white light of his staff split the night sky and wondering if I was dreaming. Then I heard the horns of battle cries of your people, and I knew I was not. Your father and Barati cut a path through the fanatics to the gates of the city. We fought all night to keep the path clear for our people to escape. Many Avestani and Iranian lives were lost that night. But we lived thanks to Avestan's sacrifice. Now I understand why your people talk of my father the way they do. He did a great thing, Tahira. He was already a crotchety bastard back then. I cannot imagine what you had to grow up dealing with. Crotchety is one word for it. Never mind that, Hammer. Please finish your story. Queen Delphine's brother Isidore seized the throne after that, and finally marched the Babylonian army south to destroy Azmavif and his followers. But when they arrived at the capital, they found only a charred ruin filled with the dead. The fanatics had burned themselves alive. We had nothing to return to. I am so sorry, Hammer. I fear you and your people are in the same situation now, Tahira. Rest assured that we will stand by you. I never seen so many female fighters. They look very experienced, even the young ones. How long have you been leading them? It must be nearly 20 years now. Then, when we lost our homeland, Babylon took us in, but we did not want to live off their charity. Our people needed money for food and materials so we could grow our industries again. So you and the Claw started the company? Indeed, we had become quite famous among what was left of our people. The remains of the army joined us, as did a few Babylonians who were sympathetic to our cause. These days, a year or two of service has become a tradition for Oranian youngsters when they come of age. Is there much work for mercenaries? I would have thought the Babylonian army would be powerful enough to keep the peace. Ha! You vastly overestimate them if you think they ever leave their precious city. There's always a town somewhere that needs protection from bandits, or failing that, a merchant who will pay well to be escorted to the next destination. Occasionally, if the tribesmen from the south encroach on Babylon's borders, they hire us to drive them away. It's not a glamorous life, but it's better than begging for charity. I'll talk to you later, Hammer. Until then. I think that's it. We've explored this town. And I think we'll leave the battling till next time. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time. Adios.